Ooh, I'm going to get Alan for that one, boy. I got you. I'm going to get you right now. And sorry for my tissue, because I think I need this up here this time. Big dog going to cry tonight. I'm going to cry tonight. I was not expecting that. I was not expecting a message and an introduction from my big sister. I wasn't even expecting the videos of a lot of the young women that I've also known when I worked at Saving Innocence. I wasn't expecting their message and what they would say. And I definitely know that it was a God-ordained moment from all what they said, because it all is a parallel and it lines up to what I'm going to share with you all tonight. And I just want to thank Alan for that, because what you all don't know is that Leah was one of the first individuals in my walk and in my journey, sitting in a training with Michelle Guyman, someone who's definitely paved the way when it comes to training and changing lives and making room for us in all systems. And I met Leah at a training. I was probably 17, fresh 18, and I was fresh. Woo, when I tell you I was fresh out to life. And so I came with a whole lot of fire and a whole lot of spunk. And I met her at the training, and I remember when she was presenting, she was the first person, and as you'll learn tonight, I've been in rooms with a lot of people and have come in contact with a lot of individuals who serve, but it was just something special about this woman. She was special. And it was this light, this bright light around her. And I felt like such a little girl going up to her, and I told my mentor, who's no longer alive right now, but I was like, Papa, I gotta go talk to her. And I walked up to her, and here I was, this young adult, and I was like, excuse me, what's that light around you? You got a man? Because you just glowing. And she proceeded to tell me in the most gentlest, loving way, and I had no idea would spark our journey. She said, no, baby, that's Jesus. And from that point on, Leah has been my rock. She has been my big sister. I now live in Texas. Everything is big in Texas, baby. And she got me there, and she is my rock, and she has just helped me along my journey. And she gets my calls every night. But thank you for that, Alan. That was wonderful. So, good evening, everyone. I do want to give a disclaimer before I start. You know, they say I'm like a bull in a china shop sometimes when it comes to freedom and justice. But I'm also like a box of chocolate. You're never going to know what you're going to get. So I promise Alan, I won't make a mess tonight. Just a little bit, maybe just a little. But on a serious note, I didn't have this actually written, but I got a phone call and a text message from family and individuals that have been in my life for over 13 years. And when I talk about the journey, never stops. It never stops. It doesn't stop when you're out of the life and when you're being restored from human trafficking. It doesn't stop, once you are recovered. It doesn't stop after you graduate. It does not stop. It is an ongoing journey. I was sitting next to my mother at the table, and I was like, sometimes you just want to snatch that backpack from me, huh? And she was like, yeah, it doesn't stop. But the one thing that I got a message tonight was actually from my grandparents, who are not biological, but people who are amazing donors and sponsors that decided to do that outside of any organization. And they text me, and they wanted to remind me, because they couldn't join us tonight, was that you're not a victim, Oree. You're a victor. And the final thing they wanted me to remember was that with all the labels that have been placed, and as we talk tonight, and as we engage, is that you're more than a survivor. You are a servant of Christ. You have the highest level of achievement of what you are doing with your life. And remember that when you get up there. And so tonight, I do want to dispel anything, because I'm more than a survivor. More. I don't even take on that label. I'm Oree Freeman. That's who I am. So, thank you all for choosing to attend tonight. It's a privilege and a blessing to have a choice. We got the choice to be here tonight, didn't we? Well, maybe not for some of the gentlemen, the lovely lady sitting next to you. She's extraordinary. I mean, you chose her, so thank you, ladies. But I promise you are making an exponential choice tonight. We all got to choose what we wanted to wear and how we would show up. You all look stunning. I know I do, because baby, yeah. Thank God I don't look like what I've been through. But on a serious note, I want to remind you all tonight, as we walk the red carpet, capture the photo, enjoy the meal, socialize with one another. Maybe you even had a cocktail or two. No judgment, no. I ask you this question. What did it cost you? What did it cost you? Maybe it cost you an entire table. Maybe you purchased a few tickets. Either one, I do thank you. Right now, as we sit in our assigned seats, children and young adults are on the streets and in the hotels nearby, being bought and sold for a price tonight. They are being forced to lie on their backs 7 to 15 times tonight to make a quota for their trafficker. Maybe to make an amount equivalent to just 4 tickets at your table. Tonight, they aren't assigned a seat by name because they don't have one. Instead, they're being called horrendous things that will add more bricks into their backpack. Tonight, they aren't choosing a gown worthy of a gala, but they are forced to wear a nightgown to satisfy purchasers. Tonight, they don't get to walk a red carpet, but will walk the halls of hotel rooms and street sidewalks that reek of the pain from the tears of children and young adults who have been there before them, and they themselves will leave a trace for the next. I want to tell you all about a journey about the power of unlikely relationships. Relationships with individuals who have dedicated their lives to living a life of service through their time, talents, and financial resources. Standing before you was once an 11-year-old girl, bought and sold on the streets right here in Los Angeles County. I'm a born and raised native. I was 11-year-old when I was trafficked, and my life began to be restored at 15 with the help of the other individuals that are actually sitting in this room today. I was born with over 100 tons of bricks in my backpack. The bricks I carried in my backpack came from rejection, abandonment, molestation, abuse, rape, poverty, betrayal, and a life full of chaos. I was born in a prison. My mother birthed me there at Chowchilla State Prison. I was born in bondage. I had no name in the beginning, just a booking number attached to my little arm and little leg. I didn't really come in this world with a fighting chance. I was born with a backpack. But God had a plan all along. He would send people to partner with him to change the little girl's life that you're getting ready to see on that screen, so that today, a woman would stand before you. I'm not sure if the photo is gonna show up when I was a little girl, but that's me. Actually, the middle one is a photo of me right when I got out of trafficking, and I was 14 years old, and I was branded with a tattoo on my neck at 12 by my trafficker. And as you can see, I had a childhood that I played sports. I went to school. I was 16 years old, actually, in a photo that my sister, one of them in this room, took that photo of me. And I was a child. You see all of us when we become adults. But that's who I was on the streets. That's who I was in those hotel rooms. That's who was laying on her back 7 to 15 times a night. That is what men and people bought for a price every night. God sent people. I am a woman of faith. I'm a woman of grace. I'm a great mother. I'm a student. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a national speaker. I am a fearless forerunner for Christ. And I'm a powerhouse when it comes to training and empowering others. I'm a woman who will fight to get as healthy as I can, to not only for myself, but also for my daughter and for the lives I walk alongside. I'm a woman who will carry the rest of those bricks in my backpack and run as fast and hard as I can just to get to someone else to take them out of theirs. I live a life of service. It's not easy living a life of service. I have watched children die at the hands of not just traffickers, but individuals who desire to purchase them. I have watched lives be destroyed and exploited by parents who birthed them. I have watched children and young adults hate themselves, cut themselves, numb themselves, and believe the story being told, and the journey they are on will never end, and it will end that way. I've heard myself and other victims believe that the life of exploitation was a choice. We believed the lie of abusers and what they told us. We believed that lying on our backs was all we were worth or what we could accomplish. We believed someone could place a price on our value. Until someone else came to tell us the truth. Until someone else was willing to come alongside us and show us the truth. We are priceless, we are worthy, and we are created to be free. This is the work being done here at Saving Innocence. This is what the team and their partners do. How do you measure that? Really? How do you measure a life that becomes free, that was once bought and sold? How can you measure that with a number? That's hard to do. And I'm not dare going to stand up here and do that. Why can I now take the load off of someone else? I can do it because these individuals that you saw on this stage and before you on this overhead gave what they had. They not only took the bricks out of my backpack, but they also took the backpack off and carried it for me at times. I love these people. I didn't write it in my notes, but some of them are sitting here today. And these people love hard. They love hard. And these people are still in my life today. Some are sitting at my table. Some are sitting out spread across. They are still in my life today. And I'm not 15-year-old Oree no more. Some of them have been walking through my journey since I was 12 years old. Some of them got me when someone handed them a case note from another probation officer said, "Good luck, this kid is hopeless." Those people are still in my life today. Those are the individuals that stepped out with me to pray over me. Those are the individuals that call me and check on me. Those are the individuals that one of them is actually Evelyn's godmother and was my former probation officer. How unlikely is that, huh? Look at me, and Evelyn's godfather is the police officer. That's crazy. Woo. Woo. They live a life of service with no expectation of a financial return on investment, but an investment in a life transformed, empowered, healthy, thriving, and free. Your giving will make an impact exponentially. I promise you it will not return void. The seed you plant in the lives tonight will produce fruit, not just for you, but it will then be multiplied by the lives they will impact because the seeds they will plant. It's not about us. One of the most powerful lessons that I've learned along my journey was from an amazing man, an author and pastor, and he said, "It's not about you. We were created to be loved, to love, and to serve." My greatest legacy will not be the amount of things that I accumulate during my journey. My greatest legacy is my faith. My greatest legacy is the impact that I have made in the lives that I have walked alongside. And they'll be able to tell that story when my purpose is complete here on earth. The journey changes, the needs change. And I don't know what you believe in, what you place your faith in, or what you place your trust in. But what I do ask you tonight is that you believe in the work that Saving Innocence is doing. Trust the impact that they are making in the lives of children and young adults. I encourage you tonight to not only give because you can, but give because it's who you are. The man or the woman that believes in propelling others forward and changing lives. Do it because it's who you are. Do it because you want to live in a world where trafficking doesn't exist. I know what it feels like to die every night while laying on my back. I know what it feels like to search my entire life to be loved and accepted, but instead be rejected, abused, and thrown away. Trust me when I say I know what it feels like to want to die along the journey. I told you the journey doesn't stop. I have calls weeks ago because it's hard. It's hard taking bricks out your backpack and labels that have been placed on you to strip you, to kill you, and to destroy you. It's hard. But I thank God that I have individuals in my life that are here tonight and not here tonight that pick up that phone every time, that show up, they're consistent, they ask, what do you need? How can I show up? And I love you, and it's going to be okay. The journey changes. It doesn't stop. So trust me when I know what it feels like to die every night, but that is not the end of the story. Over the last 13 years, a few donors that sit in this room tonight and others who could not make it made an investment into their life. Their deposits have created an impact. Not to brag, but over 50,000 people I have trained, I have spoken to, and lives that have been empowered. I'm receiving my second degree, going for my graduate degree soon. I have spent a lot of time in therapy doing EMDR, equine, anything you could throw at me, I've taken it. But they've made that investment. Trust me when I say an investment is made financially. This was off script a little bit, but I do want to share this, is that my mentor who changed my life radically, his name was Jim Carson, and he was on the slide beforehand, and I ended up, he has changed over thousands of kids' life. He started this work when his son went off to college. He's done it for over 30 years and has served, had over $1 million home in Irvine, California, had a business and partnerships with Nike, and was the best man when it came to training Olympic champions. And he gave it all away to start serving youth that were being trafficked. He recently passed away 2 years ago, and he has been my rock. He's the man to the right up in his purple shirt that we had to drag him in because he don't do suits. But we called him Pops. And so one of the challenges that I do want to give to you tonight, that man changed thousands of lives. One man. At his funeral, there was over, hundreds of people. The kids that I know, it's over 1,500 kids that he's impacted. He has given everything that he's had away. He has had partnerships at times that he's even connected with, helping some of the individuals at Saving Innocence, some of the women. And he will give it away. He will give his salary away. He has given that. He's done that, one man. One man has connected me to also with a sponsor that couldn't be here tonight who adores Saving Innocence and gave $96,000 towards a scholarship for me. Another sponsor in here has given $10,000 towards my education. Let's talk numbers. That's one person. That's 3 people. We got a room full of people. We can make a huge impact. And we're not just talking about one Oree Freeman. We're talking about a lot of lives that can be changed tonight. So I challenge you, if those few individuals can do that consistently. I've had a mother who has, deals with me on a regular basis, who's a mentor of mine, but who's my mama, who wants to snatch off my backpack and probably snatch me by my collar sometimes, who has consistently, whether it was helping me, get a car, whether it has been having just a simple thing as a stocking over a fireplace that I've never had, open up their home to me. individuals. And in all honesty, I can't even count, it's probably only 10 on my hand that have probably made over a $300,000 investment into my life. Now, you can measure that how you want to, but what I can tell you is that it's a good impact. Because the fruit does produce, and it has shown. I also want to talk to you about my daughter. That's Evelyn. Her name is Evelyn Faith Course. Yeah, I needed a lot of it. Take a good look at that screen. Evelyn is 5 years old. She has never been abused. She has never been molested. She will never know what it's like to be hungry. She doesn't grow up in a house of chaos. She has a strong mama, a mother who is present, and I catch everything. I catch it. I'm going to catch it before they try to catch her. But she doesn't have to be afraid of the boogeyman that sleeps in the room next door. Evelyn is growing up in the suburbs of Texas, okay? She is not growing up with bars on her windows or having to travel with her mom on a bus all the way down to hike up a hill to even just go to the laundromat. She doesn't have that kind of life. Evelyn has a great life. She has a nana who adores her, a grandma and a grandma that loves her, that nurtures her. Her biological father is sometimes inconsistent, but that's okay because she's going to have an amazing stepfather someday. But she got some strong men around her and uncles that love her and aunties who are fighters that'll probably take off their shoes and run after you if you try her. But that's my baby. But I do want to share something really quickly is that Evelyn would not be alive today without God and saving innocence. I was actually headed to an abortion clinic. I was supposed to be at a meeting at Saving Innocence that day, but, came up with an excuse. And I was on my way to an abortion clinic, and one of the staff that's still, that was with Saving Innocence and another individual that's still there actually called me on my way to the clinic and told me that everything was going to be okay. They had no idea. They had no idea what I was getting ready to do. And let me tell you something. Evelyn had 3 baby showers because of Saving Innocence and because of individuals in this room. I've never had to buy a pamper up until even after she was potty trained, never had to buy a piece of clothing. Evelyn sat at every single meeting that we had, different events that we would have. She became the star of the show. They met me right where I was. I was scared. I was afraid. Being someone that comes out of the life, this is my first job. I got a 401k, this is real salary. This is for real, right? I was scared. I thought I would have to give up my career because I was a single mom. I didn't really have support as far as I didn't know what to do. And they supported me along my journey while being a case manager there. People had no idea even. I talked to my boss one day and said, I'm about to move out this place and I'm getting ready to go into a shelter. Can I still work here? And guess what? Every single day I got up in that shelter and came to work. Every single day I was able to go somewhere safe with my daughter. Not because my life was in jeopardy, because I want to become the healthy and best version of myself for Evelyn. So think about your normal and what it was tonight and what today was. And then even what my normal is now. I get up with Evelyn. We go to church on Sundays. We go to, the farmer's market on Saturdays. We do our activities at the tables. I play dolls with Evelyn, even sometimes exhausted. Tears running down my face sometimes because I'm tired. That is Evelyn's normal. Evelyn is loved. Evelyn is fully nurtured. Her nickname is Ifa Diva. Her grandmother gave her, and she is Baby Diva. But that's her normal. Her mommy's normal was completely different. I didn't play with dolls. I didn't think about what college I would go to, or my parents wasn't thinking about, what college could they afford to send me to, because I had grown up in more than 8 different foster homes and group homes and been institutionalized my whole childhood. That's Evelyn's life. My life is completely different. And I thank Saving Innocence, and I thank you for the team She wasn't even planned in this, but Sarah was definitely the woman that you seen up here that spoke was a huge, huge, huge help in my faith and Carrie and Evelyn, because it was hard and I was scared. Yeah, that's Evelyn's normal. And tonight she's with her father and she's hanging out. If she could have stole the show, she probably would have. But I have watched and witnessed and experienced this team propel individuals with horrific experiences forward. They are patient and they meet us right where they are, and they truly live a life of service. And I thank you. Now, before I bring up the man of the hour, my buddy, my OG, it's my big homie. I ain't supposed to say that, but that's my big homie. I want to tell you a little bit about Alan. Many of you might know him and you may not know him. But that man not only serves and does what he can to not only help transform lives of individuals supporting the team, but that man loves us. It's not a time that I don't get a Christmas call. It's not a time that I can't reach him. That man loves and does what he do outside of work. See, now the team didn't talk about today about how he has supported other individuals that have been in this work, who are amazing leaders, but making sure that we have what we need, that we don't go homeless, that we don't get fired. And I'm talking real talk, because some organizations probably would have long gone and fired me by then. No, for real. They had a good reason to, but they did it. I left before they could, but it's okay, But he sticks with us. He has been a champion for us. He is a champion for us. Like, that man gives his all. He gives us his all. He does things sometimes, I'm telling y'all, like, even sometimes other people are like, you gotta stop helping, Alan. And I'll be like, no, you need to help. It's okay. Because who else is gonna do it? Trust me when I tell you, that man, he loves us. He loves what he do. He's about his business. And he's become more than a friend, but a family. Him and his lovely wife, Sharon, they have invited me and Evelyn always to their home. And it's not about a survivor talking to an amazing director, but a friend. And so I thank you, Alan. And so he's going to come up and share how you can support Saving Innocence. Thank you.